Salam alaikum, grüß Gott, bonjour, and welcome to this video. In this one, I will talk about this beautiful amp, DAC R2R magic box. Now, I say magic because it does something to this headphone, the Audio-Technica AT-R70X, that this beautiful combo doesn't. This is the comparison in this video, the Headphone Box S2 digital, powered by the Accu Box S2, which makes this thing sound, in my opinion, much better than with the standard power supply. So, this video will be a short one. This headphone is a very neutral sounding one. It isn't lively, it isn't, in my opinion, it isn't enjoyable for music listening. And that is why I wanted to give this one a chance. This one is the headphone amp which was described by Z Reviews as this just sounds nicer. And that is something I wanted to hear with the AT-R70X. So, and I'll tell you why. This might be a good one for monitoring or for mix and mastering and so on. Might be, but I wanted to have this to listen to whatever it is, to even podcast with voices. And it just sounds very, I would say it sounds a bit boring, a bit, in my opinion, the mid-range is too important to be a step behind the bass and the treble. So it isn't really pronounced with this one, and instruments don't sound lush with this one. And I mean, that is what I look for, an organic, lush sound. And for that one, I thought this headphone is just the wrong one, because I only listened to it with this headphone amp. And this is quite hard to drive, I guess, because the impedance is something like 470 ohms. So it is hard to drive, but these two did well with one big difference. With this one, the R2R FiiO K11, the mid-range, the instruments, and so on and so forth, didn't sound recessed. Just, they sounded like Z Reviews, I don't know what his name is, said it. They just sound nicer. And that is what these headphones did when powered with by this R2R by FiiO. R2R DAC / headphone amp. And not so much with this one. I think this is a great choice if you want to have a clean, crystal clear, neutral sound. And maybe you have a headphone which is wet sounding, so to say. Wet is a word that Jay from Jay's Iyagi uses. Wet sound, a wet speaker that with wet sound. Now, I think what he means is this organic, more lush thing, and not too dry, not too neutral. This combo might be amazing for such speakers, for such headphones, But if you want to have a bit more life to everything you hear, this one is the headphone amp DAC to go. And it is clean and the instrument separation is clean and good too. So I wouldn't give the edge to this one. I wouldn't do that, even though it has an amazing power supply with this Accu Box S2. I made another video on how this, or 2 videos on how this is a game changer with DACs. It is really amazing what this does. But still, this one, the K11, with its standard low noise switch mode power supply, I don't know the specs exactly, but this sounds good. It is, I mean, there is no, I can't say anything bad about it. So I wouldn't say that this is a bit too noisy with its standard power supply and you need something else. You might find something better, but I didn't try something else. It is with this one, and this is powered by the Accu Box, and I prefer the sound of the FiiO R2R K11 DAC / headphone amp. It made my Audio-Technica headphones enjoyable, really enjoyable. One song is, now, I like the song Lost in Japan by Shawn Mendes. I think Shawn Mendes has a beautiful voice. And with this combo, it wasn't satisfying. And with this one, it was. And that is the most important difference for me. So there is nothing more I can tell you, because if I go through bass, mid-range and treble, it is always the same. I wouldn't say that one is more powerful than the other, driving the same very hard to drive headphone. It is all there, but with the FiiO, it is just lush. It is more organic, more natural sounding. Everything has a little bit more weight to it. Everything is a little bit meatier on the bone than with this one. I don't think that I will sell this combo, because I have no doubt that it is the right one for maybe another headphone in the future. I might prefer this one, but in this case, I have no doubt that this is my choice. And I have one more info. Using the K11 R2R only as a DAC and the built-in headphone amp of the Elixir by Heat, the sound gets even better. So yes, it can sound even better when using a great amp. And of course, I mean, you can also have an even better DAC and so on, but the price for the K11 R2R is just amazing. It is just, no, I really don't get it, because they sell everything for so unbelievably high prices in hi-fi, and I have no idea how they can sell the hi-fi for under 200 euros. It is really amazing. So this is my favorite album for now. I like it. I like all songs. I like the vibes, even though the lyrics are, as most of the time, just trash, but okay. And the voice of this guy, Shawn Mendes, is beautiful in my opinion. This amp usually drives my Totem Sky speakers, but there is also a great built-in headphone amplifier. So let's sum up my thoughts. In terms of tonality, the K11 R2R by FiiO is a home run. I cannot believe how hi-fi gear that sounds so good can be so inexpensive, because everything is so expensive nowadays, and it's getting more and more expensive. The amp I've shown you a second ago costs 1,500 euros. This combo costs almost 550 euros. Oh, is it even more? I think it is even more, almost 600 euros. This is crazy. This is just crazy. Everything is so expensive. And then there is a K11 R2R by FiiO. I mean, I'm glad I bought it. I'm happy I did get it in red. And it makes my headphones sound so much better. And even the built-in amp sounds great. So this is a total package. And I think I don't know if there is, I don't know it. Maybe there is, but I don't know. This sounds so good. I doubt that there is something else that sounds as good as this one, especially under, I would say, 400 to 500 euros. And this costs less than 200. This is really amazing. So I'm waiting for the other lens to kick in, but I think it doesn't. Because there is a macro mode with the iPhone, but only with the ultra wide angle. R2R. Yes, and I'm always using this in the non-oversampling mode. That is something I told you in my last video. So, all the comparisons were made in the non-oversampling NOS mode, and in this case with the filter number 1. Alright, I wish you a nice day or night whenever you watch this, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.